Hey everybody, David Clubs here with Regulator Marine Engineering here at the plant in Edenton. We just shut down for today, and so it's a little quiet so we can talk to you. I'm on a 34 heading out to California, our dealer out there at Kusler Yachts Sales. I think he's going to be joining us here shortly. Zach, are you there yet?
Nope, not yet.
Oh, Zach's still not there, but he will be. So we're building this boat for a specific customer for Kusler, and it's a very portion boat. I think it almost has all the options. And then customers are even going to put some more upgrades, customize the boat a little bit. It's going to be a very serious tournament fishing boat out on the West Coast. We're excited to talk about it with them. So, Zach, are you here with us?
I'm here. Thanks for having me.
What's that? Come again?
Thanks for having me. So this is Zach Zorn from Kusler Yachts out here in the West Coast out of San Diego, California.
Yeah, good to see you again, Zach. Thanks for joining us out here tonight. What time is it out in California?
It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a nice sunny day, so the weather doesn't get any better than this.
Well, good. So this boat's just about wrapped up. It's going to be heading west soon to the other side of the island. So tell us about this customer. What's he going to do with this boat, Zach?
So this boat's going to do a little bit of everything. So the plan is we're going to take delivery of it in San Diego. Then we're going to do a little bit of additional add-ons because, like you mentioned earlier, the boat is then going to go down to Mexico, Baja California, and it's going to do fun family fishing. But then it's also going to do the Cabo tournament circuit later in the fall, which we'll talk about as we walk through the boat. But it'll be fishing big money marlin tournaments and big money tuna tournaments later this year.
Yeah, I think you mentioned something earlier, the Bisbee's Black and Blue, right? That's a pretty prominent tournament. That's great.
Yeah, so he'll be doing the Bisbee's Black and Blue with it, where typically you're fishing for about $1 million a day for 3 days. Trying to catch the biggest black or blue marlin that you can out of Cabo San Lucas.
That's right. Well, tell us about your build here. I mean, I'm standing next to the tackle center, and it's got the Seakeeper option in it. That's pretty important running out where you guys are.
Definitely. You know, it seems like most guys, at least that we're talking to, are going with the Seakeeper nowadays. It's just a night and day difference when you have it equipped. So this boat is Seakeeper equipped. He ordered it with nearly every single option possible that Regulator offers. So we got the Seakeeper. In the transom area, we have the triple Yamaha 300s that have the Helm Master set point, which will make for easy docking. But then also when he's making bait, yellowfin or skipjack while tournament fishing, he'll be able to lock right in on a high spot or a ledge or something like that. So it'll make bait making super easy. And then plus, if you want to just fish rockfish or something, you can easily hold your spot.
You know, we got so many people taking the Helmmaster option specifically because of the set point feature. You don't have to anchor. So you come up to a spot, you lock in where you want to be, just like you said, point the nose in and away, get a smooth ride where you're sitting there with a Seakeeper and hold the boat steady while you're doing your bait prep.
Yeah, and so we have local islands that we fish for, like white sea bass.
Sure.
And you want to like test out different spots, see how the current's reacting. And now this way you can spot check a bunch of different spots without having to set your anchor every time and burn valuable time if you're waiting for a slack tide or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. You take a lot of time setting anchors. So the set point's really nice. Maneuverability's great. It's a great feature with the Seakeeper because you can hold position and not be rocking and rolling around. You also got just about every option on the helm. Of course, the Garmin 8600 series displays, carbon fiber wheel, the black bezel, the brow. I mean, everything ties together now. We got the gray upholstery, and he also did a match job on the custom T-top color. Actually, it's not custom. That's a factory option. A lot of people actually match a T-top with the upholstery, so it's a pretty unique, innovative way of doing it. I think it's a beautiful boat. Like we said, the Helmmaster's here. The bigger display comes with Helmmaster. You even got the FLIR night vision camera on this boat, don't you, Zach? Oh, did we lose you, Zach? Well, we'll keep going for a minute, but air conditioning to the console. The FLIR camera is great on these boats, especially if you're running a long way at night. There's not a whole lot of fuel stops out on the West Coast, so this boat's got great range. 350 gallons of fuel. You can look at it 35, 35, 35. So 350 gallons of fuel, 3,500 RPM. You're running just over 35 miles an hour. It's going to put you right around 380, 400 miles. So triple Yamahas, you got plenty of power to run. Again, the console's got air conditioning. The helm air is great. Behind the protected windshield, it's a fantastic solution, especially when you're sitting still. you don't have to worry about getting hot here at the helm. So Southern California, Baja, Cabo San Lucas, it's a nice feature to have. Bob, you see the Seakeeper display here, so that tells you everything the gyro's doing when it's powered up. Zach, are you back with us?
I'm back. It's such a nice day that my phone actually overheated, so I apologize.
Where did you go? Well, if you had helm air conditioning, Zach, you wouldn't have an overheating phone.
This client won't have an overheating phone, that's for sure.
That's right. So I don't know if you heard us. We kind of talked about the FLIR camera and some of the features at the helm. So we covered a lot of that ground. We didn't talk about the thruster, which is an option upgrade. That's a pretty cool feature. Even paired with the Helmmaster, it's nice to be able to have that extra little bit of maneuverability.
Yeah, he was asking, he wanted just the extra maneuverability. He was a little bit concerned. This is his first like big boat of this size. So he just wanted to have that just in case it's high winds or something like that.
Yeah, sure. Didn't you say he's going to trailer the boat too? So he's going to load on the trailer. That's a great feature when you're loading on the trailer. It helps you a little. You kind of dial it in a little bit. So
exactly, and I know a lot of guys will even if we have multiple like marlin hooked up, like striped marlin. Sometimes the captains will use a bow thruster to push the bow around to make backing down a little bit easier. It gets the bow moving one way before they start backing down.
That's right. Yeah, paired with a Helmmaster, you can really spin it around. Talking about that trailer again, I just towed a 34 last week with my truck around town. We did some testing on it. A lot of people think the 34 is too big a trailer, but your customer is actually building a trailer specific for this boat, and we have several at the plant. What's the story there? We're sending it to San Diego, and then you're gonna build a trailer, and he's trailering it south, right?
That's correct. So we're building a trailer. We're calling it kind of like a Baja trailer. So it's super beefy. It's got the best tires that you can put on it because those roads in Baja are pretty rugged. They're not very well paved in spots and things. Yeah. So it's gonna live in San Diego for half the year, and then in Cabo and Gonzaga Bay and things like that for the other half. So we're doing like a 20,000-pound trailer or so, triple axle. And that should give us plenty of stability to bring this thing all around Mexico and SoCal.
That's right. Well, we'll have a little brand loyalty on the tow truck. I'm a Cummins guy all the way. I think you're driving a Ford, but we'll try not to get into that today. But,
I'm a Ford guy, and so is the buyer. So we get along well.
Maybe I'll tow this thing out there and show you what you're missing. Hey, come look at the console interior. It's not quite finished, but we can get a couple of shots of the inside of it. You guys were talking about doing some additional customization here because he does a lot of scuba diving.
Yeah, so we're going to add just a few other accommodations that will help him store scuba tanks. He has camera gear, so maybe additional camera gear chargers, things like that. Just little add-ons that bring the accommodation levels up just for his particular needs a little bit more. But from the factory, the accommodations are absolutely top-notch. He just needed a little things here and there, especially because he's going to be so remote for months on end. So it's gonna work really well for his needs.
No, that's great. So he's kind of he does it all, right? He does a lot of scuba, a lot of tournament stuff. He's going to do some family boating on it. So again, he's got all the options of stereo upgrades. We even have the sun deck table here, which is a great option for lounging or even a huge casting platform, depending on how you want to set the boat up. But what's he planning for the front, Zach?
We're probably going to, during tournament fishing time, probably take that table, the pedestal table out and have a release rocket launcher made. A teak rocket launcher is probably going to go there and have it work into the stand of some sort. And then we'll be able to hold 4 to 6 more rods up there. And then also if we get hooked up in the stern and we're backing down, we can have a rod going off the bow or multiple going off the bow, maybe to get a double hookup or something like that.
That's a terrific idea, Zach. That just goes to show that, the partnership we have with Regulator and Kusler, we built a great boat, and you guys really dial it in specifically to your customers. We don't see a lot of rocket launches up front, but it's a great idea, and it really makes sense on the West Coast because you do a lot of fishing forward there.
Yeah, and we're running just with, you guys give us so many options to choose from, like one of which is you can get additional rod holders, which we did. And just having that flexibility to have these different options really helps dialing it in for the customer's needs. So
you got the rod holders, and then we even got the forward shade here. It's great. It really helps the area out, and then it pairs up with the Sure Shade app that comes out of the T-top. So a lot of shade on the boat. especially if you're drop fishing and, you know, like you said, the heat down there can get you. So shade's a wonderful thing to have, right?
Yeah, and when he was sitting down going through the options list with his wife, you know, he had his fishing points, but she also had some points that she wanted, such as the shade and things like that. And so we were able to get all those needs met
Right.
through those options. So you want to go back to the stern real quick, and I want to point out a couple things that we're going to do when the boat gets to San Diego.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys already did real well apportioned. You have the refrigerated transom fish box, of course, the standard live well, bucket holders right here in the aft lazarette area, and then right where Bobby's standing with the camera is the in-deck macerated fish box.
So hopefully we're plugging that fish box in no time at all. I think within a week of the boat getting here, that thing will not be as clean as it is right now. But in the transom fish box, or the live well, I should say, the plan is to use it as a live well, of course, for when we're fishing with sardine or mackerel or squid. But then when we're tournament fishing, especially for black and blue marlin, we slow troll live skipjack or live yellowfin tuna. Mm-hmm. So we're going to install tuna tube inserts that snap into the bottom of the live well, where they'll be plumbed, right? So that if he wants to put fin bait in there, he can, or he just drops in maybe carbon fiber, fiberglass tuna tubes, then we can put a tuna in those.
Yeah, it's great. So you'll end up adding a pump down here in the lazarette. And of course, what you see down here is it's not the whole bottom, it's the liner, but it's completely solid, right? So there's no voids. So you'll put another through hole in, run your pumps, and there's a lot of aftermarket solutions for retrofit tuna tubes. And then, of course, the live well is a great place for it because it's already pre-drained for overboard discharge. And didn't you say you're going to add even more tuna tubes on the transom?
That's probably the plan because, as you know, you can never have enough tuna tubes. So we don't know if they're going to go on the transom yet. We'll figure that out when the boat gets here. But yes, we're going to do more than just what fits inside the live well.
That's great, yeah.
Because you always lose a couple of your tuna when you're done making bait and running to your fishing spot. You always get a little bit of bait that rolls. So to have 6 or so live baits to work with, I think is ideal.
Yeah, how many are you going to try to get in a live well? 3 or 4 tubes, probably?
Probably 3 or 4, yeah. We're going to work with his captain to figure out what size tubes he wants. Probably a mixture of sizes depending on how big the bait is and things like that.
Yeah.
So slide.
That's some of the oval ones. You know, if you get the straight round tubes, you don't get as many. And there's some suppliers actually giving the oval tuna tubes out. You can nest them a little tighter. It works really well. I'm excited to see how it turns out. Make sure you send us pictures of all that.
Yeah, and then sometimes you can even get the add-ons for the top of the tube. You can make the tubes a couple inches bigger. So if you get a really big bait, you can make your tube bigger. So we're going to explore all those options. So go over to the tuna door or the boarding door, if you would.
Okay.
I want to talk about something unique and I think pretty exciting that we're going to do. So the boat has a boarding ladder already, and this boarding door is massive. However, his father is partially disabled, and one of his big things he wanted to do was to make sure that his father could get in and out of the boat while anchored up in a bay or something and be able to fish. And be able to swim. So while they're anchored up, maybe fishing, we're going to fabricate or modify a removable hoist that will allow his father to get into a sling that's sitting on deck, and that will swing him out of the door and then lower him into the water. It's going to be a 24-volt system, and it will probably be mounted kind of where your left hand is in the gunnel.
Sure. Right here, probably?
Somewhere in there, correct. Maybe right in there. And it will just help him get in and out of the water, and then the sling will be able to drop in the water, lift him up, and swing him back onto the deck.
Yeah, that's terrific. We're all about access to the water, and that's a great way to do it, too. You know, even with all the scuba diving gear, sometimes it's nice to be able to lift tanks in and out without having to climb out with them on your back. So that'll be a really nice feature for this customer.
And it all just goes to show you guys working with us and our needs, the customer's needs, and that, you know, you can even get a fully loaded boat, and then we'll help take it just to the next level to meet whatever the customer wants to do.
Yeah, and, you know, sometimes it's even regional, right? So the fishing on the West Coast is different from here in the East Coast, and even north and south it can change. So a lot of times our dealers will partner with us like you are and really customize the product for the end use. And this is such a great example of that. and you guys always do a great job with us, and we're so proud to be partnered with you. It's been a fun build for us. We got a 34 in front of us. It's leaving tomorrow, and another one next to it. It's leaving in a couple of days, and this one will be heading your way pretty soon, Zach.
Can you pan up? Let's see the T-top. This is my first time seeing the boat too, and we went with that custom gray. Oh, that looks good. Oh, that's going to be awesome.
It really matches the upholstery pretty well. You know, it's a surprising well match.
Good. We tried, and you guys worked with to get us.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty boat, Zach. You guys
Those
did
color
good.
selections. Thank you. And so I guess lastly is after it's done fishing the tournament circuit, it's going to go fish striped marlin up in like Mag Bay, the Finger Bank, which is 150 miles or so north of Cabo on the Pacific side.
Yep.
The boat has the range to do with the fuel capacity because fuels can be scarce around the part of Baja.
That's right.
And I hope we can put up like 100 striped marlin a day or something like that. That is very feasible in Mag Bay. So we'll see if he can do that.
That's some good water there.
It is. Well, thank you. Thanks for taking the time to walk us through the boat, and I can't wait to get it out west.
Yeah, Zach, it's coming your way. Thanks for being here with us, and thanks for the partnership you guys do. It's a great build. We're proud of it. We're proud to be partnered with you, and we're thankful and grateful for the customer that chose us to partner with us and you alike. So congratulations on a great build.
Thank you. Well, I'm ready for the next one, so we'll do that soon.
All right, Zach, we'll talk to you soon. Make sure you send us pictures of all the upfits you do to her.
Yes, we will do that. Thanks again.
All right, see you later.
Bye.